from RMB 200 million down to RMB 20 million. The era of sky-high paychecks in China's entertainment industry is finally cooling down. According to online reports, the pay for top actors has fallen from RMB 200 million to a maximum of RMB 25 million, roughly one-tenth of what they could earn at the peak. The days when traffic stars could dominate a production while still turning out rushed, low-quality work may finally be coming to an end. People keep asking, is it really a winter for the industry? Can you actually feel it? The answer from inside the business is simple. Yes, it is cold, very cold. So cold that even on rainy summer days, you do not need to turn on the air conditioner. Script offers are definitely far fewer than before. Actor Mark Chow recently spoke about the state of the industry in an interview and had a lot to say. He revealed that in the first half of 2026, he received only 10 script offers.
The film and television industry is nowhere near as active as it once was. He described the current downturn as being so cold that you do not even need air conditioning in summer. Then, on July 23, the topic of actor salaries falling from RMB 200 million to a maximum of RMB 25 million surged onto the trending list. Changes in pay across China's entertainment industry once again triggered widespread discussion online. According to circulating reports, the fee for a traffic-driven celebrity in a single production has shrunk from RMB 200 million during the height of the capital boom to a ceiling of RMB 25 million, a decline of nearly 90%. Many netizens speculated that Dilraba Dilmurat and Zhang Yi were among the actors being referred to in the online discussion. People began doing the math. From RMB 200 million at the peak to RMB 25 million today, the gap is enormous. Yet even after such a dramatic pay cut, most people still believe RMB 25 million is an astronomical amount. Someone calculated that an ordinary person earning RMB 10,000 a month would have to work for 208 years without spending a single yuan to make that amount. That income is even higher than the full-year net profit of 15% of A-share listed companies. This is why so many people are criticizing the situation. TVB actors can earn tens of thousands of yuan a month and still produce high-quality dramas. Yet the income of actors in mainland China's entertainment industry remains far beyond what ordinary people can relate to. Many netizens say openly that some traffic stars simply do not have acting skills that justify such high pay. In their eyes, the position, ability, and income do not match. Are actors really paid that much? You do not even need to argue about it. Just compare their pay with the rest of the world. The salaries once paid to Chinese actors were already among the highest anywhere. And when it comes to being a celebrity, the same question remains. If you have become a star, can you actually act? If all that money is being spent on an actor who cannot deliver, is that not a loss? Does that not bother anyone? Apparently not. There are plenty of people today who are thick-skinned enough not to care. Claim that the pay for top actors has now fallen from around RMB 200 million during the most extravagant period to a current ceiling of just RMB 25 million. The reduction may be close to 90%, but RMB 25 million is still an astronomical figure for an ordinary person. So in my view, the cut has not gone far enough. I personally think around RMB 250,000 would be a more appropriate level. And do not assume that is impossible. Under the impact of AI, the scarcity value of actors will continue to decline, and in the future that scarcity may very likely disappear altogether. I have said this before as well. Why are there so many problems and so much chaos in the entertainment industry and in another highly unequal circle mentioned in the original discussion? One of the core reasons is that less than 1% of people take more than 90% of the income. The income gap is simply too large, and that extreme imbalance is a major reason these circles keep producing ugly scandals and disorder. So if you want to clean up these industries, you have to start with compensation. Turn stars back into actors. In fact, perhaps the word star itself is already misplaced. Why take such a beautiful word and attach it to people whose job is simply to perform? That is something I have never understood. It is time to return to the original nature of the profession.
Acting is an ordinary occupation. Actors are ordinary working people. They do not need to be worshipped, and they do not deserve so-called sky-high fees simply because they are famous. The amount of labor you put in should be reasonably proportional to the compensation you receive. Just a 38-year-old actor named Chen Ming is applying for a job as a scenic area NPC after going half a year with almost no acting work and virtually no income. According to a report on August 6, actor Chen Ming posted a video on his social media account applying for an NPC position at Wanshui Mountain Martial Arts City. In the video, he said, "Right now, I would like to apply for an NPC job with your company." Chen Ming made it clear that he was completely serious about the application. Public information shows that from 2012 to 2026, Chen Ming appeared in nearly 40 films, television dramas, and short dramas. He recalled that during his best years, he could work on 2 or 3 productions in a single month. But over the past 6 months, he has only spent a few days filming. His income has basically stopped. He is already 38 years old, and in his own words, there is not much time left to keep trying and failing. At the moment, the two sides are still discussing whether he will take the job. He is far from the only actor facing this situation. Zhang Hengrui, an actor associated in the source transcript with the drama Joy of Life, drew widespread attention after taking an NPC job at a national 5A-level tourist attraction in Shaanxi. He admitted that he needed a stable income to support his family. As AI-generated short dramas become more common, many actors are going for long stretches without a single role. An incomplete count cited in the source found that more than 10 actors have already appeared at tourist attractions, taking either long-term or short-term NPC jobs. One of the best-known examples is actor Zheng Guolin. With many well-known productions behind him, he was once nicknamed a professional emperor because he played so many imperial roles. But as acting offers declined, he spent more than 2 months working as an NPC at a scenic area in Shanghai, and unexpectedly became a top-tier NPC attraction himself. 35-year-old actor Shi Yuanting also joked publicly about having no acting work, then went to the Changchun Zoological and Botanical Park, where he played Erlang Shen alongside one of the park's viral characters. There are other familiar faces as well. Ko Jin-hai, who played Lu Zhenhua, Yiping's father in Romance in the Rain, an actor named Li Guolin in the source transcript, associated with the role of Jumo Zhi in Demigods and Semidevils, Yuan King Tan, widely known for comic roles, an actress identified in the source as Wen Hom, associated with the cat demon character Meow Meow in Sunny Piggy, Ma Jingtao, and others. Altogether, more than 10 actors have reportedly started NPC side jobs at tourist attractions. For the scenic areas, these actors bring the popularity and performance skills they've built on screen. They create new attractions and bring in real visitor traffic. For the actors, the scenic areas provide a new stage. In that sense, both sides are getting something they need. And this also explains why so many actors are now live streaming. Many freelance actors have no permanent employer and have to pay their own social insurance and other contributions. First, the overall environment is bad. Second, if they are not filming, they have no income at all. They only get paid when they are actually working on a production. Someone employed by a theater, for example, may have an institution that pays into the 5 social insurances and housing fund on their behalf. Freelance actors do not have that. They have to pay for everything themselves, or simply choose not to pay at all. So why not stop acting and go home to sell vegetables? It is not that I do not want to be an actor. I truly love this profession. But the entire film and television market has become a game of capital. What people care about now is how strong your data is, what kind of relationship you have with producers, how much capital stands behind you, and how many powerful people are willing to support you. A lot of people still think that if you are good-looking and you can act, that should be enough. But in today's industry, those things have become the least valuable and the least important. No acting work? Then hurry up and deliver food. Let's go. Hello, I'm here to pick up a delivery. Okay, number 63. This one? That one is number 63 for you. Here is your delivery. Hello everyone, welcome to Hotspot Frontline. I'm Xiao Kun. August is normally one of the busiest seasons in China's film and television industry. But this year in Hengdian, the only thing that is hot is the weather. The entire entertainment industry itself feels cold. So just how cold has the industry become? At the end of July, top actor Mark Chow gave an interview to People magazine and used an almost helpless joke to describe the situation. The film and television industry is so cold right now that you do not even need to turn on the air conditioner at home in summer. When he was asked why he had not made a movie this year, his answer cut even deeper. He said, "One reason is that nobody asked me. The other is that there are no movies." By late July 2026, another round of reports about hard salary restrictions was circulating through the film and television industry. The discussion had moved beyond simply limiting the pay of one individual actor. This time, the claim was that the combined compensation of every actor in an entire drama could not exceed RMB 30 million. The fees commanded by the biggest traffic stars, once routinely measured in hundreds of millions of yuan, are now said to have fallen by as much as 90%. But in this storm, the people suffering most are not the stars at the very top of the pyramid. It is the third and fourth tier, mid-level actors who make up more than 80% of the industry. The so-called 208 celebrities are crying poor to ordinary people again. Yesterday, a trending topic said, actors who once received RMB 200 million for a production are now down to only RMB 25 million. Today, another trending topic says, actors are facing yet another pay cut. Hearing it that way, you might almost think they are suffering terribly. But RMB 25 million is still RMB 25 million. If you earn RMB 3,000 a month, you would have to work for 694 years without stopping or spending anything to make that amount. Even with a monthly salary of more than RMB 10,000, it would still take 208 years. So when these celebrities sigh in front of the camera and talk about an industry winter and collapsing income, many ordinary people see it as self-pity mixed with greed. For years, sky-high celebrity salaries consumed a huge share of production budgets. The consequence was predictable. Producers had to cut spending everywhere else. Audiences were left with cheap-looking visual effects, weak or rushed storytelling, and performances from traffic stars that people could barely stand to examine too closely. For a period of time, productions like this were everywhere, and many traffic stars did not put their energy into improving their acting either. After all, developing real acting skills takes time. If a huge fan base will pay attention regardless of whether the performance is good or bad, there is less pressure to improve. So their attention shifted to fighting over billing order. Being listed as the #1 lead meant a higher fee, and it also meant stronger bargaining power when negotiating the next drama. Do you know how much many first-tier actors make today? We will not name anyone, and I am not talking about the hottest superstar at the very top. I mean someone closer to the lower end of the first tier. For a fairly popular television drama, the kind that can get major placement on a platform like iQIYI, do you know how much an actor might receive for one production? Perhaps RMB 5 million to RMB 8 million? Even RMB 5 million sounds like a huge amount. But first, the production may take 3 months to shoot. That is already more than RMB 1 million per month. Then the management company takes a large share. Let us assume half. If the total fee is RMB 5 million, divided across 3 months, that is about RMB 1.66 million per month. After the company takes half, around RMB 830,000 remains. Then taxes have to be paid. After tax, you might be looking at roughly RMB 410,000 per month. RMB 410,000 a month is still a very large income. But remember what the comparison is. In the past, celebrities could make tens of millions of yuan in a single month. Actors today may still earn extremely well compared with ordinary people, but the people inside the industry are comparing what they earn now with what they used to earn before. RMB 30 million in cash for one drama. At first, I thought someone meant RMB 3,000. Then they told me it was RMB 30 million.
The entertainment industry is not what it used to be, but even now, that is still a very good income. It is certainly not poverty. Even if you have to split it with your management company, pay taxes, and ultimately keep only 10%, that is still RMB 3 million. How many families will never earn RMB 3 million over an entire lifetime? So in my opinion, China's entertainment industry could still afford to become a little poorer. Recently, many actors have fallen into a state of prolonged unemployment. Some go several months without a role. Others cannot get a production for half a year, or even longer. Even many first- and second-tier stars have started publicly looking for work online. In the future, perhaps 99% of actors will no longer be able to support a family through acting alone. Back in 2023, I spoke with an Asian actor who was trying to build a career in Hollywood. At the time, the American Actors Union was on strike in part over concerns about AI. So I asked him, if you cannot take acting jobs for such a long period of time, how do you survive? He told me that more than 95% of actors in the United States do not rely on acting as their only source of income. He himself was an actor, but he also worked as a bartender or photographer. He even told me proudly that he had once served Brad Pitt a drink. And yes, you are seeing this correctly. Zheng Guolin, who became famous for his portrayal of Li Shimin in The Legend of Heroes of Sui and Tang, is now working at a tourist attraction in temperatures reaching 40 degrees Celsius. The sight left countless fans deeply emotional. His own response was simple. I'm just an ordinary person. I came here to work. Zheng Guolin was young, he was handsome and carried a strong, upright presence. In The Proud Twins, he played the cool and mysterious killer Xiao Zhang and was once named by viewers as one of the F3 handsome young men of costume dramas. His popularity was no less striking than that of the leading actors. His portrayal of Prince Qin, Li Shimin, in The Legend of Heroes of Sui and Tang became an irreplaceable classic. Now, the image is very different. A costume weighing 30 jin wrapped around his body. He stood for 12 hours in a single day. A carriage carried 5 adults, with the total weight exceeding 600 jin. The moment sweat soaked through the imperial robe, it exposed one of the most carefully hidden wounds in China's entertainment industry. Actors are workers too. There is nothing shameful about putting down your status and taking another job. Pretending to be above ordinary work is far more hollow. Zheng Guolin has not been eliminated by the times. He simply stepped down from the emperor's throne before many others and returned to ordinary life. He later described the physical toll of the work. After I finished filming, I felt that my body could not take it anymore. For an entire week, I woke up dizzy every day. After a week, I checked my blood pressure and it was over 150, with the lower number close to 100. That scared me. He also mentioned a close friend in the industry named Jinze. Everyone knows that he passed away in early June. He was actually 3 years younger than me. That made me feel I wanted a stable stage, somewhere people could still see us and would not forget us. By the height of summer in 2026, the number of long-form drama productions starting filming had reportedly been cut roughly in half. Across the 4 major platforms, only a little over 20 drama crews were still shooting. Studio vacancy rates were said to be approaching 80%. When there is no filming, being an actor starts to feel like a profession undergoing mass social disappearance. Professionally trained actors who graduated from the Central Academy of Drama are now back in their hometowns setting up street stalls, making deliveries, or farming. And what about extras at the very bottom? In Hengdian, the daily wage for extras has fallen below RMB 100. In some cases, the rate has reportedly dropped as low as RMB 80 per day. To hold on to even a tiny amount of exposure, some actors have started agreeing to perform for free. Caught between a film and television winter and the retreat of capital, acting is no longer automatically associated with high income. For many people, it has become a high-risk occupation that can barely provide enough money for basic food and living expenses. Another group of actors is leaving. AI short dramas are becoming more and more realistic. In Hengdian today, every month you see large numbers of apartments being advertised for rent, large numbers of shops shutting down,
and large numbers of actors with no work. There are only a handful of premium short dramas starting production. The actors who can still get those jobs are now among the lucky few. Last year, shooting a non-premium short drama in 6 days was already exhausting. This year, crews are trying to shoot premium short dramas in 6 days. On several productions I recently worked on, we were filming for 20 hours straight every day. There was almost no time to rest. If this continues, no one knows how many more people will lose their jobs. It is incredibly difficult. This year, many behind-the-scenes workers in Hengdian are saying that the city is going through a famine. Why do they describe it that way? Because the number of vertical screen dramas being produced in Hengdian suddenly dropped dramatically this year. It is not just a small decline. According to the speaker in the source, perhaps as much as 2/3 of certain manually produced work may be getting replaced by AI or AR. A lot of people have lost their jobs. After the Lunar New Year, everything seemed to change. The climate of the film and television industry changed almost overnight, and suddenly people had no work. One friend told me that he had expected to come back after the New Year and work harder than ever, but when he arrived in Hengdian, there were no productions. Many actors have changed careers. Some have gone to work ordinary jobs. Some have started street stalls. It is even said that rents in Hengdian have dropped this year. The friend being referred to here is a male actor named Wang Bixian in the source transcript, who is about 1.2 meters tall. I'm unemployed. Since I came back after the New Year, I have only made guest appearances for a few days. Now, I have no acting work at all. At this point, even covering my most basic living expenses is difficult. I am very anxious, and I do not know what I should do. I want to go out and find another job, but because I am short, I ran into rejection everywhere when I tried looking for work in the past. To be honest, that experience made me a little afraid to try again. For some actors, the first half of this year has brought complete confusion. I spent 3 years deeply committed to this career, and suddenly I was told it could simply be replaced. I felt unwilling to accept it. I felt wronged. I was so anxious that I could not sleep night after night. I struggled with it, overthought everything, and consumed myself emotionally. But I still did not want to change careers and admit defeat just like that. If the stage is gone, then I will create my own light. I gathered myself, put down my attachment to being an actor, and put aside my pride. Then I set up a small street stall. Under the impact of AI, life has become extremely difficult for lesser-known actors across the industry. Recently, actress Song Yin-hwan publicly revealed that she had no acting work and had been forced to change careers, setting up a stall to sell lemon tea. Back to today's topic. The middle class of the entertainment industry seems to have collectively disappeared this summer. What remains are ordinary workers struggling over just a few hundred yuan in rent. In the past, extras sat on the roadside in Hengdian with scripts in their hands, and the kind of grassroots dream once associated with Wang Baoqiang shining in their eyes. Today, extras know that delivering food or parcels can at least make sure they have enough money to eat a real plate of chasio rice tonight. Hengdian is still hot in August, but inside the hearts of many actors, everything feels frozen. The profession of acting may not disappear, but after this brutal process of survival and elimination, the golden age when someone could rely on a good-looking face and quickly gain both fame and money appears to have died in this summer. So here is the question. Do you think China's film and television industry is only going through a temporary downturn? Or is the old golden age, when celebrities seemed to be everywhere and acting offers never stopped coming, truly gone for good? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. This is Hotspot Frontline. Looking back at this story, it is clear that the winter facing China's film and television industry is not simply about falling celebrity salaries. More importantly, it can be seen in the lives of thousands of ordinary actors behind the spotlight. Some people who once appeared on television screens are now working as NPC performers at tourist attractions. Others are delivering food, running street stalls, or even leaving acting altogether just to cover the basic costs of everyday life.
From another perspective, this may also be a moment when the entertainment industry is being forced to return to its core values. When fame and money are no longer enough to guarantee a lasting place in the industry, acting ability, professionalism, and the ability to adapt may become more important than ever. And with AI developing at such a rapid pace, this competition could become even more intense in the years ahead. But there is one question worth thinking about. Technology may change the way movies and television dramas are produced, but can it truly replace the emotions, life experience, and human depth that a real actor brings to a character? Or will these changes eventually force the industry to find a new model in which humans and technology learn to coexist? What do you think? Is China's film and television industry simply going through a temporary downturn? Or has the golden age of celebrities earning enormous paychecks truly come to an end? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. And if you found this story worth thinking about, don't forget to follow the channel as we continue exploring the changes taking place across Chinese society and its entertainment industry. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We truly appreciate your support, and we'll see you again in the next story.